Good morning, everyone. I'm absolutely pleased to be here and see so many people that love their freedom, that love that freedom so much that they are prepared to give up what is probably some of the dearest things that they have, is their income. Our income is what sustains us. But today I'd like to just go in a little bit different track. I've really appreciated what Bruce had to say, what Simon had to say, and Mark, and of course Graham will have a gem for us too. 6 years ago I started the Informed Medical Options Party because I saw that there were children being hurt by their vaccine. I, was a parent, was one of those children, one of those people, and I found that there was no political representation. What I want to talk about today, beside me was an Aboriginal man by the name of Uncle Max Harrison. Uncle Max Harrison came to me in the very early stages with his partner Morel Burnham, and they said, "We're on your side." He told me, he said, "I had my 2 grandchildren die after the vaccine. I have one grandchild that's still alive and he's mute. He has never spoken a word since then." And he said, "Michael, I'm with you." And so over the years, I've travelled this country and I've been down and done many protests, stood on the stage with Uncle Max beside us. I've stood in the streets of Sydney where people heckled us and Uncle Max was beside me. I've been to Parliament. I've been to the headquarters of the Aboriginal Land Council and he would tell them, "You listen to Michael," and he would be there championing everything we had to say. Uncle Max was a genuine Australian. He was a freedom lover. He fought for land rights. He loved his people. He loved the truth. And he hated lies. And he saw that what was happening was an offence to his people. And that offence is happening today. And he was our cultural advisor. His partner, Morel Burnham, stood with me on the Senate candidate at the last federal election and is still there today. I stood on the stage with Uncle 2 weeks ago where he did the Welcome to Country. We sat and we chatted, never knowing that that would be the last time I see him. Uncle Max sadly passed away yesterday, and it's really broke my heart because he is a warrior. Whenever I'm in Sydney, I find one place that I feel always welcome and happy to go to. It's down to see Morel Burnham and Uncle Max. And they roll out the red carpet and we have a wonderful time. But his voice is silent, but his spirit lives on. What he lived for, what he gave his life for, and everything about him was bent towards what we're here fighting for today. We can honour him in word and we can extol his name, but let's not forget the sacrifice he made. And a man in his elder years, well in his 80s, he hobbled along, he came in his wheelchair, he stood, he rode. I can remember being in Newtown once, there was maybe 30 of us, and we decided to go to the Nelson Mandela Memorial, and we would speak about the damage that was happening to children in Indigenous communities via vaccines. I got up to speak, and people booed, hissed, and heckled me from the footpath. That's okay. When Uncle Max stood up in his dignity as a proud Aboriginal man, even the hecklers on the street shut up. And they let him talk because he spoke with wisdom and with grace. So, at the Informed Medical Options Party, we are in a day of mourning today, and I felt that I could say many things, but it's been well said by the other speakers. But I wanted to bring you today a memory of my great friend, a proud Australian Aboriginal man, a great warrior for truth, someone that has been fighting for years for the very cause that we're standing here. And I'd just like to ask us, before I depart, if we could just have a minute, just 60-second silence for our brother, our warrior, and our great friend, Uncle Max. I didn't time it, but I think it's about 60 seconds. But I'd like to say one more thing in closing. Last 2 weeks ago, I stood on the stage and there was a young Aboriginal man playing his didgeridoo, and his name is Luke Simpson. And Uncle Max kept saying to me, you need to get him as a candidate. He said, I've been mentoring him. He said, he's the one for IMOP. And so I spoke with Luke, and he's a fine, fine young man. He is very conscious about health. He doesn't drink. He's conscious of his body. He says, I've been through some bad years. He said, I'm completely focused. And he has what's called Bundjalung Fitness. That's his business. And I talked to him. I spent time with him. And we endorsed him last week, just before Uncle Max died. And he was absolutely delighted. And we saw that as the passing of one, Luke has stepped up to take his place. So thank you, everyone. And I just love these gatherings, and I love to see you. It's our only expression. The media ignores us, the politicians ignore us, but we cannot be ignored. And those politicians may think they're ignored, but they will know how many people are here. They will know how many people are in Sydney, and it will cause them some angst. And it should, because they have created a political problem. We're trying to create a political solution, and we're coming after them, not just IMOP, but other parties. We're going to come after them, and they've got to go. Thank you.